I don't even know how to begin the show tonight. One, I should probably check my fit here. I'm wearing a Cluvelta shirt. If you guys can see this, it's available in the merch store. Cluvelta is for chronic true crime brain syndrome. Uh, Not quite sure how to begin it today. It looks like the JLR situation is spiraling. It's getting worse. I didn't think that was possible. And I kind of feel bad in that this is kind of gossipy, man. We're kind of we've gone into gossip territory. However, I also need to remind myself that a crime is alleged to have occurred now, not one time, but twice. The felonious the thrice felonious allegations from Washington State, and now what is basically a slap on the wrist. It's a misdemeanor citation coming out of Arizona. I guess we'll get into it. What are we doing, Gavin? You need to be a professional. Gavin, be a professional and do a good tease. Okay, so today we're going to cover the JLR Investigates thing with the whole weirdness with Nerdy Addict. We're going to listen to a little audio from Magnolia from February 1st. This is audio that was released publicly by Paula Mooney over at Plunder True Crime. If I've set a goal for tonight, if we can reach that goal, then we will extend this thing out. We will listen to all the entire tape. It's like 47 minutes long, but we'll do it. Okay, I'm here for it. We got all that, plus we got 3 questions, and we've got some headlines in the world of true crime that cover Ashley Buzzard, Nancy Guthrie, Spencer and Monique Tepe, and Luigi Mangione. There's a lot going on. Stay with me. Let's dig into it. Are you constantly narrating your own life like it's a Dateline episode? Do you whisper, "The husband did it," at weddings? You may be one of the millions silently suffering from a condition known as true crime brain syndrome, or TCBS. But now there's hope. Cluvelta, the first semi-legal, questionably tested treatment for TCBS. Cluvelta helps restore balance to your life by gently replacing your obsession with murder with an obsession with real estate shows. Cluvelta users report fewer murder boards, shorter Reddit rabbit holes, and an increased ability to trust their spouses again. Maybe. Side effects of Cluvelta may include watching cooking shows and actually following the recipes, trusting your neighbors not to be serial killers, starting a knitting club, and accidentally solving local crimes anyway, hallucinations of Keith Morrison narrating your dreams, and in rare cases, mild interest in HGTV. If you experience sudden urges to say, "Let's circle back," or "This doesn't add up," discontinue use immediately and call your podcast co-host immediately. Cluvelta, because even you deserve to sleep without checking your Ring camera 12 times a night. This video contains mature themes and discussions intended only for adult audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello there, my friend. Welcome back to another True Crime Conversation with me, Gavin Fish. I had forgotten that I had queued up Cluvelta. That was one that I had all set for a day before yesterday and then just forgot about it. I want to give you guys maybe a disclaimer that I am an old man, have re-injured my back, or I guess aggravated my injured back, and have taken an inordinate, though safe, amount of ibuprofen. So maybe that's the reason that I forgot that I'd done that. Mooney kicking us off tonight with a super chat for $10. Appreciate that, Mooney. And then Robin coming in clutch with the super chat. Robin is representing Team Javi. Javi, you got a fan there. You got a fan in Robin. Okay, guys, what are we talking about tonight? We are talking about the saga that is Jonathan Lee Riches. Now, I can already see what's happening in the comments. You have to put GF in a comment if you want me to see it. It highlights it on my end, so as I'm just kind of scrolling through, I'll be able to see it a little bit easier. But, people are asking, why are you picking on JLR? I'm not picking on JLR, okay? This is news within the true crime community. There is an allegation of a serious crime. It's an allegation. I'm not saying that it happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying the allegation is there. And then we've got like this, we've got this sideshow happening where live streaming YouTubers, and I include myself, I'm a live streaming YouTuber, though I do it on Matukas in my office, but live streaming, boots on the ground YouTubers are clashing and calling each other out for current and past crimes. I got to talk about it. That's just the way it is. Got to talk about it. Hey, look at that. We have got Sandra coming in. Sandra's coming in with super chat number 3, hitting the goal. Thank you very much, Sandra. I appreciate that. I forgot to do my whole line. Thank you for joining me. Wherever you're joining me from, please tell me in the comments where you're joining me from, and bonus points if you can do so cleverly without totally stumping me. I don't have tons of brain power to figure out some of the awesome riddles you guys are giving me, but it's awesome to see where you guys tune in from. Hey, Two Wongs, welcome to being a fanatic. Appreciate you. Let's see. There are lots of comments where people aren't into JLR and people who are against JLR. I'm skating right down the middle, man. I'm not pro or against here. This is news within our industry. Not our industry, our hobby, whatever we want to call it, right? Where are you guys tuning in from? Let's see. Autumn says that she missed me. Thank you. Guys, I have this thing where I injured my back 6 or 7 years ago. I was helping my sister and brother-in-law move their piano, and I am a fella of kind of a tall stature. I'm about 6'2". And I was on the side of this piano with another gentleman who was working hard, but he was probably 5'2". And he just wasn't capable of putting as much lift into that side of the piano. And it just absolutely wrecked my upper back, of all things, right between my shoulder blades. And every once in a while, I will pick up something heavy like a bowl, and my back will just be gone. Yesterday, I was working on a ceiling fan, not super heavy work, not super heavy lifting. And I've been doing the gym. This is such a tangent. My goodness, this is such a tangent, Gavin. Let's give us that. Yes, this is a total tangent, but that's why I wasn't on yesterday. I wasn't on yesterday because I was laying on the floor just looking at the ceiling, just wishing that it would all either end temporarily or permanently. It really didn't matter to me at that point. I had enough. That's why I wasn't here. Let's see. Dodie Atkins coming in from San Diego. Who else have we got? We've got St. Augustine, Florida in the house. Thank you very much for being here. Austin is here. On time in Austin. Thanks for being here, Miss Chivos Dragon. Good to see you. Hello from Oregon, Teresa. Good to see you. Scrolling. What else have we got? We have got Estepona, Spain. Is it? Wow. Hold on. You might be my first Spanish viewer. Where is Estepona, Spain? Let's take a look. Where are you at? It's a town in Spain. It's along the coast. Wow, what a beautiful spot, kind of in between Marbella and Gibraltar. Whew, I'm jealous of you right now. I am in Western Pennsylvania myself. Thank you very much for being here. Glad you are here. Pammy says, Thrice Felonious. Awesome band name. Oh, yeah, I need to come up with a commercial for Thrice Felonious. Hey, Robin, Mooney, Autumn, maybe you can remind me of that one in Slack. Thrice Felonious. That would be a good band name. Hello from the state of the Unabomber. Montana Sunshine. Are you from Montana? I thought the Unabomber was Colorado. I don't know. What else we got? Just want to... the Bean and I, Robin says, I would like to suggest that your backlight be blue so it will pop the color and your eyes. Robin, your wish is my command. Okay. Dana in from Northern BC. Thanks for being here, Dana. What do we got? Pammy is guilty of TCBS. Tornado Alley, Tiana is here. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that you would join us, but please seek shelter if a tornado comes through. From the state with the oldest tavern is here. The Big Easy is in the house. Conroe, Texas is in the house. From the home of spam. Awesome. South Georgia is here. Hey, a newbie. Debbie Evans, greetings from South Africa. Debbie, thank you very much for being here. I am glad you are joining us from the tip of the continent. Thanks for being here. BA Superstar from Spring Break Capital. Emmy from the state of the Golden State Warriors. Why isn't it, hold on, it isn't changing. Let me see if I can get that to refresh for some reason. No, it's stuck. It is stuck. Anyway, we'll just hide that for now. From Italy is in the house. Midna, thank you very much for being here. Lincoln, Montana, Erie, PA, Rhode Island is here. Northwest Connecticut is here. Vermont, you guys are all awesome. Thank you very, very much. I might have to see if I can maybe refreshify. See if I can get this to work again. You guys, just talk amongst yourselves for a moment. And I wonder if we've just got a internet connectivity issue here or something like that. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I've got YouTube's having a hard time loading. Let me, yeah, I might be offline. Let me give myself some, there we go. We're back online. Okay, so I just want to make sure that
H&R Block makes it easy to reserve.
Mute that. Let's see if my thing is refreshing now. No, it is. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, good. We're working. I'm glad that is working. Okay. All right. Wow. Gavin, that is the longest intro to a show I think you may have ever done. Javi, 13 minutes is a little too long, bud. Do you think you can help me out the next time that I just went way too long? Okay, let's get into the story, shall we? I want to start bringing, come on over here to Firefox with me. This is a post from JLR Investigates on Twitter about a day ago. He's obviously making fun. It's not the world's greatest picture that he's showing there. Help, police! My name is Nerdy Addict, aka Ali Islami, and he keeps asking me about my Florida CA allegations. Please stop him from asking me questions about, let's call it abuse in Florida and Connecticut. I'm just here to find Nancy Guthrie. Okay, and then there's this one where he's like, I asked Nerdy Addict about CA and abuse, and he runs to the police. I feel like that is probably not the entire story. I feel like that's kind of one-sided. I don't know. Check my pulse. Am I overexcited on this one? Am I clutching my pearls? I'm not even wearing pearls. But this does feel rather one-sided. So let's go over to Nerdy Addict. I noticed that he didn't tag Nerdy Addict in there. And okay, here's Nerdy Addict, and this is from yesterday, about 3:41 p.m. Eastern Time. Jonathan Lee Riches, aka JLR, has new charges in Arizona and a court date after stalking me and waiting for me in baggage claim to harass me. He's pacing back and forth, still with police. I'm free to go. And then he shows a picture showing that it appears this really isn't a charge, guys. Okay, this is as much of a charge as a speeding ticket is. It is a citation. He wasn't arrested and detained. I mean, I guess technically it's a charge, but he's been given a citation. See that suspect cited and released, referred. He's been given a citation. The suspect is indeed Jonathan Lee Riches. The date is from, it says 4/28/26. Oh, no, that's the court date. I'm sorry. So he's got a court date on April 28th, 2026 at 9:30 a.m. But that is, you can see down there, if the citation is issued, the accused may appear at any time prior to the date and time shown. So he's probably just been given a citation where he needs to pay a fine. It's a summary citation. It might be misdemeanor level. I don't know. I don't have any of the details on this. But yeah. Now, I don't know what you guys think of this stuff. This is like a train wreck, right? It's like a train wreck. And I just can't look away. But like, I just wish that YouTubers, now, and I'm including myself in this, would stop with the gotcha citizen journalism. It's not, I mean, it's technically journalism, but there's no ethics in it. I mean, they cross the ethical boundary all the time, right? Holding a phone up, putting it in someone's face, baiting them to react, and then pearl clutching when the reaction is exactly what you'd expect it to be. This has got to stop. Please, let's just all stop this. If both, and I don't know, I know less about Nerdy Addict than I know about JLR, and I'll get this out of the way too, so that you guys can just you can just stop. Yeah, I'm completely jealous of JLR, 100%, hundo. The dude has a large following that he has worked incredibly hard to build. All right, but see, two things can be true at the same time. It can be true that he is a hard worker, that he is a talented YouTuber, and that he is a dill hole. It can be the same time. And by the way, neither of those things are permanent conditions, right? Some days he's not a dill hole. We take that off the table. Some days he is. I think that if you are beating your partner, whether you are a man beating a woman doing the same thing to a man on man, woman on woman, whatever. You, sir, madam, whatever, are a dill hole. And yeah, just please stop. Just please stop the behavior. Please stop with the gotcha journalism. I don't follow Nerdy Addict. I don't follow JLR, but I can't keep my eyes off it. So what am I doing? I'm sitting here. Okay, it's time for introspection. Do we need Uncle Gavin? I need Uncle Gavin. Everybody, I need Uncle Gavin. Uncle Gavin, come save me.
Listen up, kids. Uncle Gavin has some wisdom for you.
Okay, I have to have the right glasses for my Uncle Gavin bit, okay? Hi, kids. It's your Uncle Gavin. Stop rubbernecking this train wreck. Rubbernecking is no good for anyone. I'm going to allow you this live stream to finish out the rubbernecking and then just stop, okay? We all just need to be better people. We all just need to get along. We all just, so yes. Please stop with the rubbernecking, except for the next 40 minutes or so. We're going to keep rubbernecking. All right, Gavin back. Uncle Gavin has left the building. Okay, so let's just keep digging into the saga. I have to give a shout out to Paula Mooney from Plunder True Crime. I would like to bring up this. There's links in the description down below, by the way. I just want to bring up this post from yesterday. Now, keep in mind, once again, that so JLR posted his thing, yesterday around 8:19 p.m. That was about 5 hours after Nerdy Addict posted his thing at 3:41 p.m., so not quite 5 hours later. It was a day later. So it was April 2nd, then April 3rd. And then this came, wrong one. This one came yesterday about 3:20 p.m. Okay. Now, Paula Mooney, you may love her, you may hate her, you may have no feelings toward her whatsoever. I personally think that she is a talent when it comes to finding records and being in the dogged pursuit of open records. I think she's terrific at that. She posted this, okay? Because what had happened, given a little background on this, is a couple folks, I think including maybe Nerdy Addict. Somebody help me in the comments here. I think it was Nerdy Addict and a person going by White Boy staged a peaceful protest holding signs kind of outside where JLR lives. They're kind of down the street. They had told police that they were going to be there, and JLR was doing a live stream and apparently started pearl clutching. So this is what Paula reported, and shout out to Paula. There's a link to her in the description below. Pasco County, Florida 911 records. Jonathan Lee Richards did not call 911 on March 29th, 2026. You may have caught the YouTube video stream live on March 29th, 2026, titled Breaking Manhunt Nancy Guthrie Kidnapping Live on JLR Investigates. At the end of the 3 hour, 43 minute, and 4 second long video, she is nothing but not detailed. Let's say that. JLR told his audience he was fearful because of a couple guys holding a DV violence. Oh, Gavin, come on. Javi, can I get a take two on that? A DV protest down the street from his house, not even on the same street. Those guys say they informed Pasco County of their intentions prior to the protest, and it seemingly ended peacefully. However, Mr. Riches told his audience he was so fearful and afraid and worried that he ended his live stream to go call police. So fearful and afraid and worried that he ended his 3 hour, 43 minute, and 4 second long video to go call police. Okay, continuing Paula's post. Funny, I just got a response to my public records request for 911 calls from him to Pasco County that day, and they have none. So did JLR really call the police? Perhaps he had his lawyer handle it a different day. He certainly led his audience to believe he did with these words, quote, "But I might have to go contact the police right now and let them know and take appropriate measures." Right, close quote, JLR Investigates said during his YouTube live stream on March 29th, 2026. Listen, note to self, note to Gavin. Hey, Gavin, or maybe Javi, you can help remind me of this. Don't tell stories on YouTube. Okay, don't fabricate lies. Don't tell stories that you're going to do something that is verifiable, because Paula will verify that stuff. She will do it, and sleuths like her. So we gotta stay above board, Gavin. In case you ever wanted to slump down into that, don't do it. Okay. He continued, quote, scary stuff. So I think with that being said, I'm going to sign off and go handle things. But please pray for me. Please pray for my family. This guy here has been stalking me for years. This is the same one that's been calling my house, and he's literally by my house, and I'm reasonably in fear here. You know what he's doing there? Let's see. This is Gavin breaking in here. He is establishing a crime. He's trying to establish a crime, a record of a crime. It's actually smart. It's like, if there is a crime going on around you, if you are being stalked for years, you should definitely make a record of it. But that's what it seems like he's doing here. He's like, hey, I need to have the evidence here. Continuing his quote. So you guys seeing it, documenting it. This stuff is crazy. This is crazy. So I'm calling the police and I'm filing a restraining order. It's this guy. So be safe out there, folks. God is with me. Close quote. He kept on, according to Paula. Quote, this, sometimes when you do your reporting, this is the type of stuff that happens. So crazy. Kind of sounds like Jake from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Cool. So crazy. So a seconds, should we end the live or should we just keep going? Should we just end the live? I don't know. I'm in reasonable fear. He's using legal jargon there. So I'm going to sign off for now. I'll be back and take care of this and take legal action immediately. All right, we'll talk soon. And then Paula shares, an email that she got from the records request, basically saying he did no such thing. So note to self. So that's kind of the let me check my agenda. Gavin, check to make sure that you have covered everything that you wanted to cover. Let's see. We got JLR on X, yes. Nerdy Addict on X, yes. Plunder Studios on Facebook, yes. Okay, so that is where we are. Before we move on to the audio from the February 1st call to police from Magnolia, which is 47 minutes long. I had planned on playing about 15-20 minutes of it tonight. But if we reach our goal, and it looks like we might be getting close. I should have checked in on that. I had to refresh my system, so let me scroll back up. Let's see. Spearhead says, isn't that cyberbullying what they're doing? He can't fight his own fights. I think it is a bit cyberbully-ish what is happening here. Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily cyberbullying what Nerdy Addict did or what Paula from Plunder did, but what JLR did, that is bullying, 100%, in my opinion. Faux show. Let's see, was there another one that came in? Pammy says Uncle Gavin has good advice. Uncle Gavin is smart as a whip. Smart as a whip. Let's see what... Internet Jury says, no, it's not, Gavin. It's a serious misdemeanor. It's up to 6 months in jail and a $2,500 fine. He was arrested and released with a citation. It's still an arrest. Okay. I'm okay. I stand corrected. I don't know. I cover crime in my day job. I cover everything from the petty stuff all the way to murder. Okay, so criminal complaints come across my desk every single day, and I'm in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It's a little bit different in every place. But if there was a citation that came through for a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct that didn't have anything else, it didn't have harassment, aggravated harassment, stalking, it didn't have, something like that, I wouldn't report on it, because disorderly is like the catch-all. I really don't have anything to arrest you for, but I find this disorderly. It's like the catch-all crime. It actually drives me crazy how often it's used. But I'm also not always right. So I am happy to take your comment, and I appreciate you saying that. Gray Lady Down says JLR was waiting for Nerdy Addict and was literally in his face yelling. I'm sure that he was. I'm sure that he was. I did not know that he went to the airport to seek out Nerdy Addict. I wasn't sure about that. And it is one of the dangers of constantly being online telling people where you are. I mean, nobody knows when I'm at an airport. It's pretty funny. Oh, well, let's here. This one doesn't have GF in it, but a good comment. JLR knew Nerdy was coming to Tucson from Florida, so he could look up the flights from Florida when flights from Florida were coming and literally cross the street from parking and met Nerdy right there. The airport is real small. Okay. Gray Lady Down. Since there's no new news on Guthrie, he's still there doing petition to recall nanos. All right. Don says he has a large following of idiots. He does not work hard. I don't know, guys. Listen, this is me being a professional quibbler. And yes, I'm a professional quibbler. I have my own theme song.
I love to quibble. I quibble.
Why do I quibble?
For fun.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I'm doing this just to quibble, not because I necessarily agree or disagree. Don Marie, this is just what we do here, okay? YouTubing is hard work. It honestly is. It looks easy, especially when somebody does it really well. I won't dispute the large following of idiots because I have been the target of some of those idiots. But he does not work hard. I think he does. I really do. And that's just me. That's just me. We can agree to disagree. Teton Hiker says JLR is his own crime scene. Truly. Thank you, Gavin. You are welcome. Robert the Roo says, Gavin, no, it's a legitimate topic. Some of us care. No one gets a free pass. Okay. All right. So we need to stay on this. Is that what you're saying? It's not just rubbernecking. Uncle Gavin gave bad advice this time. Is that what we're saying? Hey, Autumn. Autumn is home, finished training, and passed all certifications. Everybody, round of applause for Autumn. Guys, Autumn, this is a tangent. I'm not going to play the music, but I should have like awesome... Wanda, do you have anything that we could use that would be just, I don't know, fun music for just to celebrate Autumn for a second while I describe how awesome Autumn is? Yeah, I like that. Okay, so can you turn it down just a little bit, Wanda? Just put it in the background a little bit there. Okay, good. Autumn Doyle, my lead moderator. Okay, that's good enough, Wanda. Thank you. Autumn Doyle, my lead moderator, is somebody who is inspiring to a person like me, and I hope to a lot of people like you. And maybe there are a lot of people like Autumn in the comments right now that are watching this, but Autumn has completely turned her life around. 100%. 180 degrees. She has turned her life around, and she has gone from somebody who my publication used to report on to somebody who I am proud to have as part of my team. She has been, she's a hard worker. She is she's a good mom. She's a good member of our community. She lives right down the street from me. We live in a small town. And she has been doing training down in the Berg, down in Pittsburgh. And she has gotten herself a terrific, good paying job. And I am proud as punch. Autumn. Like, do we have any? Let me see if I can. I think I have. Do I have? I'm trying to think if I have any, like. No, not that, Gavin. Wow, that blew out my ears. I wish I had like applause music because Autumn is amazing. Autumn, good on you. Congratulations. You are awesome. I'm trying to think. Here it is, guys. Here it is. Autumn, you're the best. Good job. Okie dokie. Let's see. Average normal adult. Gavin, have you seen The musical that a creator created of GLR talking about him being scared. Olap channel, I believe. It's hilarious. No, I haven't seen it. I need to check that out. Definitely need to check that out. See what else people are saying before we get into... just refreshed again. What do we have? Let's see. Just Ducky. Hope you can have at least one jelly bean with your diet on Easter. Thank you very much. Thank you. I continue to lose weight. Thank you. How do you know the flight number in airport? I do not know. I do not know. But also, I mean, Nerdy Addict had he was connected to the internet on his flight and live tweeting while he was doing it. Internet Jury says, I will clarify. My late husband was a law enforcement officer. It's still technically an arrest and release. Very common for that type of offense. Very good. I think we're on the same page there. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, I'm going to have to check out that musical of JLR crying from the protest. I will have to check that out. Let's see if there's anything. All right. So we are good. Yeah, I need a new soundboard. It is true. Need more. Okie dokie. Let's move on, shall we? Let's move on. Okay. What we have here, guys, is some audio that, again, Paula Mooney from Plunder True Crime unearthed by doing a open records request in the state of Florida. Florida is really good for that. And this is Magnolia calling the police. I don't know if it was the emergency number, the non-emergency number, but anyway, it's about a 44-minute, I thought it was 47, about a 44-minute call. Let's listen to about, 10, 15 minutes of it. And if we can reach our goal, we will listen to the rest. Here we go.
Sunday, February 1, 2026.
Oh, I should also just say, the beeps in this were so dissonant, so loud that I went through and I removed the beeps. And so where the police have redacted things like JLR's name, his address, the telephone numbers and stuff like that, they put a beep in there. I took it out. So, and I've also brought back the audio to about 6 dB down. So it shouldn't blast your old ears, but just a quick little headphone check, make sure that it doesn't hurt. Okay, here we go.
13, 12, and 50 seconds.
Okay, so this call is February 1st, 2026 at 1:12 p.m.
Communications, how can I help you?
Yeah.
Dang it, Gavin, stop interrupting, but I had to do this. Thank you, Diddly Squat, for the amazing super chat. Diddly Squat says, I just love your content. Glad you're staying on this topic. We all love studying the good, the bad, and the ugly in human behavior. What better channel to do that on than this one? We shall all clutch our pearls with you. Deal? Okay, deal. All right, here we go.
I was calling to ask about filing a police report. This is sort of like an ongoing domestic violence situation. Your office just served a protection order on my behalf to the respondent that lives there in Pasco County. And I just wanted to talk to a deputy about that, and also I was advised by other law enforcement to file a report for prior incidents.
Okay. Give me just one moment. I'm just putting a couple of call notes. All right, yeah, I can get something started for you here. What's the phone number we're speaking on?
So this is the example where it was beeping, and I took that out.
And repeat that phone number for me one time. All right. And do you live in Pasco County?
I did. Our house that we own jointly is there in Port Richey. But I had
address?
to. It's Baxley Lane, Baxley Lane. And it's 34668 zip code.
Gotcha. And just repeat the street name and house number for me one time.
Again, just got rid of
Baxley Lane. And I believe y'all just served I don't know what day it was served, but I think he was trying to duck service for a while, so I don't know when it actually got served, but that's the reference that you would have for this situation.
I gotcha.
So basically, just in a nutshell, I mean, I've called into Pasco a few times. Basically what happened is we went on vacation to Washington State for Christmas, and while we were there, he assaulted me and broke my nose. And then he went on the run to avoid being arrested. They had warrants out for him for felony assault, and so he got a new rental car and literally drove across the whole country all the way back to Florida. And I flew back and got back before he did, and I was able to clear out all my belongings from the house and leave. So I actually came to Arkansas, so that's where I'm at now.
Granny Debbie, she owned the house with him. That's what she said. She said that they were domestic partners, right? They were cohabitating, and that her name is on the title too. But she got there first and was able to get her stuff and head to Arkansas, which is apparently where her family is from. So yeah, I mean, this was more than just boyfriend girlfriend, right? These were domestic partners in a long-term living together, cohabitating relationship. Yeah, crazy. Let's see. There was a comment while I've got this paused from Nom's Journey. Any possibility of a quick recap of what happened with JLR and Nerdy, please? Quick recap is that Nerdy flies into Tucson. JLR meets him at the airport, puts a camera in his face, and kind of does one of those things that is popular nowadays where he puts a camera in his face and he is basically daring him to respond, and then will clutch his pearls if he responds the way a normal human would respond. Right. So JLR was charged with disorderly conduct, given a citation and a court date. And so not only is he facing, I should say, I did look for the case in Washington State, still have not found like a charging document or a court docket or anything in Washington State for JLR yet. Though we heard audio last week from his lawyer saying that a lawyer in Washington State saying they're expecting service. But I have not found that case yet, but he is facing potential charges in Washington State and that are felonious in nature. Thrice Felonious is the band name that we came up for that one. And then he's got a misdemeanor charge now in the state of Arizona. That is the recap. Thanks for joining Nom's Journey.
This is where my family is, so I escaped there. It's been a few weeks now. I've been in Arkansas, and I just had surgery, and I'm recovering from surgery. But so I had done the protection work.
She's recovering from surgery. She said in the, well, she didn't say. The deputy said, no, I'm trying to remember where the information came from. Was it a previous thing, a previous recording, or was it in the documents? Oh, no, I think it was in her handwritten application for a PFA where she said she's going to have reconstructive surgery on her nose. I think that's what she said. So she just said in this recording, I had to have surgery. I wonder if that is reconstructive surgery.
And the police in Washington, the case is pending in Washington, but the authorities there had told me to get a protection order. So once I got here to Arkansas, and I was able to do that, and I guess that's been served, but they had also told me that I needed to speak to Pasco County about filing a report for prior assaults that are actually referenced in the police report for Washington, because I told the police about prior incidents. So they wanted me to file a report on that. So the issue is that I'm not there in person.
Yeah.
So that's why I need to talk to a deputy. I had talked to a deputy last week when I called to see about the protection order and if it had been served yet. And I talked to a deputy then, and he had told me that, well, he suggested that I go to Garland County, Arkansas Sheriff's Department and ask if they could fill out what he called a courtesy report.
Yeah.
And then send it to Pasco. But I went there Friday, and they said that that's not really something they would do. So they just said I should call back and try to initiate a report over the phone. Because I just want to have the assault reported, because the reason I didn't report in the past is because he threatened to kill me if I did. So now that I'm safely away, I want to at least have a report.
I understand. I'm sorry, I know he's your ex, but was it your ex-boyfriend or ex-husband?
Ex-boyfriend, yeah. We own the house there jointly, so my name is also on that house and a few other assets. So if you pull up property records or whatever, we're both on the house, but we're not married.
I gotcha.
I mean, the only reason I didn't stay there is simply because I don't have any family or anybody in Florida. I only had moved there because of him, so. Because I actually had the option on the protection order to have him removed from the home. And if I were planning to stay in Florida, that's what I would have done. But I don't have any, support system in Florida.
Good for her for going to Arkansas then. That's smart. Let me just pause this for a second, right? This is okay. If this were a jury trial, which it is not, obviously, but if this were going to a jury, if this were headed to a jury, what is the jury's responsibility? One of the major responsibilities for the jury is to judge credibility. They're the judges of the facts. They are the judges of the credibility of the witnesses, right? The judge in a case really just judges the law, right? Are we following the law here? The jury, they judge credibility. So if we were to practice this right now and say, okay, is she credible? Say this goes to trial and she were to be called to the witness stand, and there's all sorts of evidence, including the photos that the deputies took in Washington, maybe some photography from her doctors if she did indeed have to have reconstructive surgery on her face, and then she gets into the witness box. The jury would have to figure out, is she credible or not? And let's say JLR, he testifies on his own behalf, and then the jury also needs to judge whether he is credible or not, right? So based on what she just said, where she's talking about how we owned the house together, I went there, I got there, I arrived there before he did, I got my stuff and I got out and I went to Arkansas because I wasn't going to stay in Florida because I have no support system there. As a juror member, a jury member, a juror slash jury member. Wow, Gavin. Take two, Javi. As a juror, that would go to credibility for me. Oh, she is being wise. She's getting in there fast before he has a chance to get in there. She's taking her stuff. She's going someplace where she will be safe in a different place, different state. She has a support system. And yes, she owns a house with him. Yep. But she's willing to like forego all of that just for her own safety. That would go to credibility for me. I find her extremely credible. That's all I'm saying. While we're paused from Eve Phelps Marketing, Gavin, who was the girlfriend before this? Did she speak up or something? I haven't followed it, but while we get the audio going, I'll do a little bit of research, okay? Here we go.
All right. So just so I know I have my call notes here, just to confirm, you had a protection order served against your ex-boyfriend, and your local sheriff told you to file a report about previous assaults that had occurred here with our county.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you'd also like to speak to a deputy about just the general situation.
Yeah, well, I just need to know how to go about filing the report, what all I would need to do for that, because they were telling me here at the Garland County Sheriff's Office, they said that they said if it was a crime that had happened here and it happened a few months ago, they would just take the report over the phone and then, assign it out to be investigated, I guess, but I just don't know how you do things there.
I gotcha. Now, how long ago did the assaults happen?
So basically over the course of our relationship we were together for 3.
Let's see, this part is very, very important, but just to answer your question, Eve Phelps Marketing, I wasn't able to quickly and easily look up any other exes. But if anybody has a link that they wouldn't mind sharing with me, just go to my website, gavinfish.com. There's always a link in the description below. Click on this little envelope here. And if you have any links that you could send me or any documents or any information that you could give me, just fill out the form. It comes to me. I'll look through it for the next time that we talk about this, because Uncle Gavin was wrong on this one. I guess we are still going to follow this one. All right. So, and now let's get back to this important part where she's talking about the history. Here we go.
Years exactly. And over the last 2 years is when he started becoming violent. And most of the time it would be like a strangulation incident. And then time would go by and then he would do it again, and that was what it was for the longest time. And then all of a sudden...
Okay, so that sounds pretty laissez-faire of her to just say strangulation incident. But guys, we had Brian Bennett on here to talk about this. A strangulation, a victim survivor of strangulation is 800% more likely to be the victim of a homicide than somebody who is not a strangulation surviving victim. Okay, victim survivor. So, and she's saying it happened more than once. This is a major issue. This is, if it's true, this is her allegation. This is what she's telling police, right? But if it's true, dude, she's lucky to be alive.
Late summer, it escalated, and the specific assault that I want to report was September 6th into the 7th. It was like overnight, the 6th, 7th, and then that's the one that I want to report. And that one, it was like insane. He just beat me with his fist like over and over in my head and my face and my ribs, just all over, while I was on the floor cowering. Like, he just kept on beating me, and I almost went to the hospital after that, but he just always would threaten. what he does after what he did after that assault is he started recording me.
Oh.
He started recording me like having an emotional breakdown.
Oh.
And he recorded like multiple videos of me after that.
Wow. Okay, if that is true, that he's waiting for her to have like emotional breakdowns and then pulling out the video like he did to Nerdy Addict, right? Pulling out the phone, getting it on video. That is a new level of control. That is a new level of control. Not new to the world, but to this case. Like that is downright evil. That again, he is doing this thing where he is gathering information, gathering data, gathering a record in order to have it later say, hey, look, she's crazy, to go against her credibility, right? And it could work, But of course, if you were the victim of DV and you were a multiple time victim survivor of strangulation, would you have emotional breakdowns? Of course you would. This reminds me of Micah Miller, right? There's the good pastor. Gavin uses his air quotes, talking about, you guys know that she had mental health issues. She had issues, right? Yeah, caused by you dingus. Like, those are the vibes that I'm getting out of this. That he is the cause, he is the root of her emotional mess, and he's just evilly. That's what it looks like to me, based on, again, allegations. We don't know that this is a fact. We know these are allegations, but if they're true, yeah, that's just evil, just evil.
And told me he would post those videos if I ever like reported him, things like that. So I feel pretty certain that given his criminal case that's happening, that he probably will try to use videos against me and things like that. But yeah, so that's the specific one. It would be September 6th to the 7th. And then, you know, in the report, I would also like to reference prior strangulation incidents.
Good for her.
Okay.
I mean, it was like an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I think she said like
but the
more
one
than 2
from
dozen
September, you know, it was really brutal. So I had really bad bruising on my face, and you know, I've got the pictures and all that. But so yeah, I mean, I just think that it's important to have a record of that, because in the Washington case, Washington State has pretty, well, what they told me in the hospital is that they have pretty extreme domestic violence laws. And so their case will almost certainly reference prior incidents, because they look at patterns, is what they told. They look at like a pattern of events and escalation and different things like that. And so they will most likely, you know, weigh prior incidents and things like that. So I just think it's important to have a report filed. And I've also made a written report. Like I kind of put everything together, and I've made a printout that I took with me to the sheriff's office here in Garland County. That sort of just is my report. It's what I want to say in the report. And so I don't know if that's helpful or...
This is a good place to pause for a second. This is a good comment from the Cowboy Logic. Gavin, at the beginning of this stream, you said you were right down the middle. It is time for people of good conscience to stand up and choose a side. Okay, here's the thing. I'm trying to stay right down the middle in terms of unemotionally, and I'm not successful at this, but I'm doing my very best to be emotionally detached from the allegations and just report on what's going on. what people are saying is going on, what this woman right here is saying is going on, and report it. They are allegations, and that's what they are. Now, am I right down the middle when it comes to DV? No, I've got a side. Now, I believe her. I believe that she is a victim survivor of strangulation. I believe it. And I hope, my hope is that there's such good documentation that that they will press those charges and he will face the music for it. That's what I hope. If it's true, right? Again, I kind of have to be right down the middle on that. I don't know that it's true, neither do you. We suspect, we believe it might be true, but we don't know it's true. And that's where I want to be right down the middle. Okay? But when it comes to DV, when it comes to SA, when it comes to CA, no, we pick a side, man. We pick a side, and we know the side that we're on, right? We are con. We are not pro. We are against all sorts of DV, all SA, all CA. We're against those things wholeheartedly, no equivocation. But when reporting on this, I cannot tell you with good conscience that I know that she's telling the truth. I can't. I can't tell you with good conscience that I know that JLR is telling the truth. What I can tell you is I believe her. I do not believe him. And I hope that this will go through the process where the truth will be made known. Certainly. Thanks for that comment. Great comment.
I could email that.
Yeah, we will get on that in just a moment. I'm just putting a few more call notes in here for you, and then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, okay?
Okay. Sorry, my dog is...
No, that's okay. Thank you for being so patient with me.
He's a good boy.
They redacted the name of the dog. That's funny.
Yeah, this has been like an insane last month. I mean, I can't even describe. It's like, it's just been so much work. Like, and it's crazy because I'm the victim, and it's become like a full-time job, recovering and surgery and like all doing reports and protection orders. And I didn't think that I was going to have to do a protection order.
What a great point. This is like a full-time job. Everything that she has to do is like a full-time job. Like, it is so dangerous to be in a situation that she is in, statistically speaking. And I think that, man, she's doing a really, really good job. But yeah, she has to work on it full-time, man.
They kept telling me to do it, and I was like, well, there's no way he's going to contact me. I was like, he would be crazy to contact me. And then he did. He actually did. A couple weeks ago, he emailed me about money because he's trying to basically take all the assets out of my name without anything in return. And
this is classic financial abuse, right? From coercively controlling people. If what she's saying is true, that she said, just to recap, I wasn't going to do a PFA, but he reached out to me about money and taking away things that were ours, right? That is coercively controlling behavior, and that is financial abuse. Wow.
He emailed me about, so I went ahead and filed the protection order right after he did. I mean, I couldn't believe that he had the nerve to contact me.
Gotcha. Now, I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
What's your boyfriend's first name?
It's
Jonathan Lee Richens.
And what's his last name? And what's his date of birth?
Um,
Okay. And in reference to...
I had not seen that, Bloom. Wow.
And I'm sorry, just because one of my dispatchers is asking me, what was the county that you're located in where you tried to make the report with your county?
oh, I'm in Garland County, Arkansas. Hot Springs is the city.
That's right, Sarah.
And they're the ones that I went and I did the protection order through their courthouse. Because it's a nationwide, well, I mean, I'm sure you know what it is.
Again, thank you for being so patient. We're just trying to figure out what the best way to get this
looks like I
report
missed a
handled
beat.
is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy how this escalated the way it has, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I'm not the first person you've heard say that. It's just like, it's just shocking that someone is capable of
Yeah, I am
doing
very
things
sorry
like
that
this.
I am very sorry that that did happen to you.
Well, it's just hard to believe that he made threats. Like, it's really crazy, too, because one of the things, like, whenever you assign this to whoever, a detective or whatever, one of the things that I have to send is, during these, like, rage episodes that he would have, he would literally say that he was going to smash my face and rearrange my face, and he would go to prison for it, all this kind of stuff. And a couple of times I recorded him saying that stuff because it was just, like, so outlandish, and I was just like, what? And I chalked it up to, like, he's got mental issues. Like, there's something really wrong here. He needs help and things like that. And it just, like,
Yeah.
it's just hard to, like, believe that he actually did what he said he would do, And then the police were like, well, he could have killed you. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because the attack in Washington was, like, beyond. I mean, it was like the attack in September, but it was, like, way worse because
I gotcha. So
he shattered my nose in septum. There was blood everywhere, like, just crazy. And I believe he left me unconscious there. So it's just, like,
yeah.
really crazy to believe that anyone is capable of any of that.
Let's pause that there. Let's pause it there. We're running late and we're not quite halfway through the recording. We didn't quite make our goal today, but I deeply, deeply appreciate you all for the super chats. You guys are awesome. that really goes a long way to helping my channel. While I'm on this subject, thank you to all of you who support me through your YouTube memberships and your Patreon patronage, and also those who watch and listen to me on Spotify. Deeply, deeply appreciate each one of you. What we're going to do is we're going to save this for Monday's show. We're going to save the rest of this for Monday's show, and we will continue this recording of Jamie Phillips, also known as Magnolia, as she talks to the police there in Pasco County, Florida, reporting on the things that happened to her. Now, we're not done for tonight. We're going long, but we're not done for tonight because we have a couple other things that I want to get to. First being, of course, our 3 question segment, but I also want you to know that we've got, what do we got? We got headlines coming up. Got an update on Nancy Guthrie, on Ashley Buzzard, Spencer and Monique Tepe, and Luigi Mangione after 3 questions. Let's get into it.
It's 3 questions with Gavin Fish.
Okay, guys, in the 3 questions segment, I answer 3 of your questions that you sent in to me to the email address on the screen, 3questions@gavinfish.com. 3questions@gavinfish.com. It's spelled out THREE, questions@gavinfish.com. I promise that I will answer them fully, truthfully, honestly. Whatever question you give me, it could be I'm wondering about the secrets of the universe, and I'm going to ask a guy on YouTube. You could do that. You could ask me my favorite color. It could be everything in between. I especially like the questions where you ask something that other people could answer in the comments. So bonus points for that one. Brooke starts us off with, is Wanda real or AI? I am sensing by your comments that Wanda is not real. Ha ha ha. I love your show though. To you, Brooke, I say, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Is Wanda real or not? Wanda, let me ask you this. Is Punxsutawney Phil real? Is he? Of course he is. Yeah. He's the seer of seer, the prognosticator of prognosticators. That is very much the way Wanda is. Now, Wanda is she's aged, but you know what? She's a talented musician with many arms and many instruments, and a beautiful voice. Listen to Wanda, could you perform one of your transition pieces for me?
Let's transition now.
Oh, it sounded so good, Wanda. All that live music is amazing. And let's transition to the next question from Diane G. Gavin, do you have a personal mission statement? Guys, if you have a personal mission statement, please put it in the comments. I'd love to know yours. I don't. I don't have a personal mission statement. Now, I have a personal mission. My personal mission is to be a good person that my wife and our children can be happy with and proud of. I want my parents. Hopefully it works out this way. They go to their grave before I go to mine. That's the natural progression of things. But I hope that when they are laid to their final rest, they will do so having thought, gee, I have terrific kids. And Gavin, that guy's the top of the heap. That's the way they think now. I'm definitely my parents' favorite. But no, I don't have a personal mission statement. Do you guys have a personal mission statement? Do I need to come up with one? Should it be serious? Should it be tongue in cheek? Should it be full on comedy? I don't know. Yeah, tell me yours. And question number 3, what is one thing that you are proud of that you did today? Oh, as you guys know, I am a big baby with a broken back, probably overdosing on ibuprofen. Don't worry, it's not really. I'm taking it according to the label. My sister's afraid I'm going to get a touch of autism if I take too much of it, so I'm not going to do that. So my wife, who works so hard and to make our home a beautiful one, a comfortable one where people want to come and stay, We have a big dining room. We live in an old Victorian home in western Pennsylvania in an area that is called the Oil Heritage Region. It is where oil was first pumped out of the ground back in 1860 something, can't remember, 68, 1860s. And so there was a lot of money in the late 1800s and 1900s in our town. So there are lots of these big, beautiful, historic homes that need people to take care of them, and we are the caretakers of such a home. Our dining room table seats comfortably 16, probably 16. You can get around the table. It's big. It's a big table. So yeah, 7 on each side plus the ends. I think that we can fit 16. But we haven't had chairs for that table. In fact, that table I got out of it was from a person in Ohio who had saved it from a library that was being demolished. It's a big, giant library table, solid wood. Man, I can't believe I didn't throw my back out when we moved that, but it's this huge, huge, huge table. We have not had chairs that go with the table. We've kind of got this hodgepodge mix of metal chairs and wooden chairs and different styles and everything in order to get people around the table. And we do have people over at the house quite frequently. Just this past Sunday, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it was 10 guests, 10 for brunch, maybe 12 guests for brunch. Okay, so anyway, it's a thing that we do. Buying chairs for such a table is an expensive, monumental, Herculean task. And my wife, who works so hard, did order. Now she ordered, I think she ordered 12 of them, because we have all the other chairs that we could bring in when there are more guests. But she ordered 12 beautiful dining room chairs. Now my back is hurt right now, and so I can't work. I can't put them all together. So I worked with our 2 little ones to start putting the chairs together, because this weekend we have 3 guests coming to stay. We have our daughter and our son-in-law, 4 guests, sorry. Our daughter and our son-in-law and my father-in-law and mother-in-law are coming for Easter weekend. So we're excited to have guests, and we're excited to have the opportunity to have Easter dinner. And we want to put all those chairs together. But being hurt, I got our 2 littles and we started putting them together, which was just terrific. It was awesome. They flat packed them, and the furniture store receives them that way. And the furniture store said, we can put them together and deliver them, but it would have taken an extra day. I said, no, just deliver them to us and we will put them together. So yeah, I'm proud of that. Spending some time with the kiddos, teaching them how to use a power drill and be careful when you cut into boxes, and how to put things together. I'm proud of that. So yeah, I guess those are the 3 questions. Remember, you can send in your questions to 3questions@gavinfish.com. I promise to answer them. And I'm looking forward to reading your comments on, to answer, like, what did you do today that you're proud of? Autumn, you know what you did? You passed. You should be proud of that. I'm proud of that. What other things are you guys proud of? And do you have personal mission statements? I want to know. And I want to know, do you believe Wanda is real? Or do you think Wanda is some figment of my imagination assisted by AI? A ridiculous notion, by the way. And while you're answering those things in the comments, here are your headlines. Okie dokie. I've got 4 headlines for you that I want to bring to you. This one from the Hollywood Reporter, highly unusual business as usual, written by Tony Maglio. He probably pronounced it Maglio. All eyes in Midtown Manhattan on Monday may be on those giant Today Show studio windows trying to catch a glimpse of Savannah Guthrie as she returns to work. When Guthrie anchors the Today Show on Easter Monday, a major break in the case withstanding, the Christian spillover holiday will mark the 65th day since her mother, Nancy Guthrie, 84, was taken from her home in Tucson, Arizona. There are still no suspects, and there has been no proof of life. The most anticipated comeback in morning TV since, well, ever, will not be business as usual inside or outside 10 Rockefeller Plazas across the street from 30 Rock, famed Studio 1A, where fans of the show gather daily to catch a glimpse of the Today Show's talent and celebrity guests. Savannah will be welcomed home with an outpouring of love via poster board and Sharpie, I am sure. So, what does it say? So Savannah Guthrie is returning tomorrow, barring some crazy break in the case. And I have mixed feelings about that. I wonder what your feelings are about that. In the Melody Buzzard murder, this from independent.com, written by Christina McDermott, judge sets hearing to evaluate search warrant in Ashley Buzzard murder case. An upcoming court hearing will determine whether prosecutors can use evidence from a search warrant in the case against Ashley Buzzard, the Vandenberg Village woman, this is down in Lompoc, California, woman accused of murdering her 9-year-old daughter, Melody. On Wednesday, Buzzard made a brief appearance in Lompoc's criminal court, where Judge Stephen Dunkel said that Judge Denise Hippock would hear the defense's motion to quash and traverse a search warrant on May 6th. Judge Hippock issued the warrant last fall during the search for Melody Buzzard. Warrants come with affidavits, statements that a law enforcement officer makes, swearing they have probable cause to search a specific location. If Judge Hippock finds that the affidavit does not have probable cause or that it contains omissions or misstatements, the defense can request Judge Dunkel suppress the evidence obtained through the warrant. So, this is a pretty typical thing. We don't need to, get all nervous about it. This is typical. The defense is doing what they should do, which is mounting a vigorous defense. And it makes sense to me that the search warrant would be something that they would attack. So we will see that when. We will see that on Well, anyway, there will be May 6th. May 6th is when that is. Okay, an update on the Tepe case, written by Stephen Levine from abconyourside.com. Unsealed warrant provides few details about evidence taken from home after Tepe murders. Dateline Columbus. A newly unsealed search warrant is offering new insight into what investigators took from a Wineland Park home after dentist Spencer Tepe and his wife Monique Tepe were found shot to death there on December 30th. Oh, this case, so sad. Children in the house. Less than 90 minutes after 37-year-old Spencer and 39-year-old Monique were found murdered in their home on December 30th, a judge signed a search warrant allowing police to gather evidence inside the house. The warrant had been sealed for 90 days. Retired Columbus Police Homicide Detective Jay Fulton, who reviewed the warrant, said it was limited in detail. It's pretty brief, Fulton said. He said investigators in a shooting case may look for items such as shell casings, any evidence of ballistic evidence, spent projectiles, blood, body fluids, fingerprints. Monique Tepe's ex-husband, Michael McKee, is now charged. Let me bring up a photo of Mr. McKee. There is Mr. McKee in his first mugshot. Here's Mr. McKee in his second. He is now charged with aggravated murder in the couple's deaths. He was arrested in Rockford, Illinois on January 10th, where he was working as a vascular surgeon and has pleaded not guilty. Hey, if any of you have a special talent of being able to request and receive this warrant and would like to share it with my audience, please reach out to me. Go to gavinfish.com and click that little envelope icon, okay? And lastly, last headline of the day, Manhattan judge delays Luigi Mangioni's state and federal trials. This written in The Guardian by Victoria Bekempus. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Luigi Mangioni's much anticipated state and federal trials stemming from the killing of a top healthcare executive on a Manhattan street were both postponed on Wednesday. Mangioni's state trial was moved from 8 June to September. The judge in that case said in an order made public this afternoon, Hours earlier, the judge overseeing Mangioni's federal case, Margaret Garnett, tentatively postponed that proceeding to the 5th of October. Garnett's scheduling decision on Wednesday came after Mangioni's team requested a postponement of this trial, which had been scheduled for the 8th of September. Of course, Mangioni is charged in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. So that's where we are on your headlines. Ba-bum-bum.
True crime headlines.
Okay, let us finish out the live stream tonight with your comments. This one from Robin. The secret to the universe is 42. A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Is that your personal mission statement? That's good. Black Widower, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Wanda is a figment of Gavin's desire for help. Scotch's mom says Wanda is a talented fish called Wanda. That is correct. That is correct. Lee, but Punxsutawney Phil breeds. Indeed, he does. What are you implying, Lee in Tennessee? How dare you? Deanna says, personal mission statement, don't sweat the small stuff. That is a great personal mission statement. In fact, I was reminded of that. I recently went and said hello to and met in person my high school photography teacher. This was in February. And when I was in high school, I think it was my junior year of high school, his wife tragically died. And he told us later, don't sweat the small stuff. And unless it's death, I think he said, unless it's life and death, it's all small stuff. Trying to get us to understand as teenagers that we don't need to be so wound up, right? And that is a great personal mission statement. Mooney says, I had a mission statement when teaching, but not a personal one. Miss Chivos Dragon, mission statement stolen from John Lennon. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. You know, one of the things that Kimberly and I have taught our children, I don't know that we've taught it to them. We've attempted to teach it to them. We've attempted to help them understand that you need to live a purposeful life. That doesn't mean that you can't change your purpose, right? And that, you know, as you get new information and new experience, that purpose can change, but live a purposeful life. We tell them, you happen to life, don't let life happen to you. With all of that said, I think John Lennon's right. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Scotch's mom says, I don't have a personal mission statement, but I want my kids happy and healthy, and I want the same for my grandson. That's a great one. Scotch's mom also said, I survived 8 hours without Tylenol for my teeth. Woo! Tiana says, there's a synergistic effect when you take ibuprofen and acetaminophen. Yes, I have been alternating, actually. Thank you. Very, very good. Let's see. Mountain Mermaid says, we have estate sales and cheap auctions here where we get awesome deals on old furniture. Very cool. Very cool. We have a couple of antiques in the house that we got well, we didn't get them in an auction or an estate sale. We got them we have these antique malls out here that we go to. It's pretty fun. Lee, do we have grand dogs or grand cats? We do, but we don't call them that. We have a daughter and son-in-law who have a cat. His name is Professor Montague J. Wisconsin. We call him Whiskey. And he's coming for a visit. I'm excited to see Whiskey Business. Yes, it does sound wonderful. Thank you. It does sound wonderful. Granny says, Gavin, and how old are the littles? The littles are, I don't want to say specifically, but they are elementary and middle school aged at this point. We have 2 batches of children. We have our first batch, then we waited 10 years because, I don't know, we're masochists. I don't know. And then we had 2 more. Some people think we're a blended family. We are not. We were broke for about 10 years. That's really what it boiled down to. Anything else? Cheryl says, I guarantee as soon as she comes back on the show, this case will be solved. Oh, when Savannah Guthrie goes back on the show? I hope so. Mooney says, I cannot believe Letitia Stosh is getting a new trial. That was the news that blew me away. I watched the entire trial. Robert the Ruse, Gavin, I don't know, is reality really real? I mean, considering the Matrix and all, that's my dodge. I love the Matrix. I love it. Let's see. I'm late, but here from close to Leavenworth, living in a small town next to the Treetop Factory. Awesome. Thanks for joining. Are there any more? Doesn't look like it. Thank you for your comments, guys. I love your mission statements and love your input. We will be back, barring some other old man ailment or malady that I may suffer between now and then, on Monday. The plan for now is to continue this recording from Jamie Phillips, also known as Magnolia, as she reached out to the police there in Florida to make a report on this issue. And I'm not downplaying it. This felonious issue, these allegations against her ex-boyfriend, Jonathan Lee Riches, also known as JLR Investigates. I will get that scheduled for Monday. And with that, I bid you adieu. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. It's so good to be with you. I mean, we went a little over an hour and a half this time, so that's kind of a nice long one. I'm glad for those of you who stuck around all the way to the end. Thank you again to my patrons, to my members, to those who just send me a PayPal every once in a while, and to those of you who offered super chats today. So generous. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thanks for watching and sticking around. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.